What's up, everybody? This is Real Talk. I'm Aaron King. This is Bobby Horton, and our special guest with us today is Terrance Valentine. He's also on the Austin Peay broadcast crew with us. So, Terrance, glad to have you.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Good deal. Glad it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. If Emmett, you're watching this, hope you get better, buddy.
Yeah,
he's not feeling too well right now.
Very sick right now, you know.
Having a down week.
Having a down week. He'll be good, though.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and, first things first, also want to say a quick shout-out to Clarksville's WAPX 91.9 for letting us use their studios, occupy their room, and let us use their equipment for our broadcast. So, again, Doc V, thank you so much, and that's WAPX Clarksville's 91.9. So, let's move into Austin Peay. Got a big win. Spoiled the homecoming at Nissan Stadium for Tennessee State.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Did pretty well, actually. I think, was it 21-7? 21-17. That was pretty good. Tennessee State looked like they took the momentum late in the game. I mean, it was halftime. It was 14-3. Mm-hmm. Austin Peay was up, and then all of a sudden TSU got a spark alive, and in the last 5 minutes of the game, it was TSU 17 and Austin Peay 14. Mm-hmm. And what a final drive. Wasn't that crazy? Yeah. I mean, Jeremiah Oatsvall, 30-yard run, I think it was 32-yard run, put it down to the one, and then I think it was Ahmad Tanner, untouched, up the middle, all his.
Walking in.
It's all about finishing.
Yeah. And I want to say one thing real fast. The broadcast of the game was fun to watch. Yeah. It really was. There was, they talked about doing it for 20 years, and I feel like the broadcast that we put on, all I'll say is that's why we get the trophies at the end of the year.
Victory formation.
But anyway, you guys watched the game, didn't y'all?
Yes.
Y'all watched the game. What really stood out to you guys?
Well, like you said, for me, I think you have to give a big shout out to the coach, the head coach, because like you said, TSU came out after halftime and made some big adjustments. They definitely made the halftime adjustments, but Austin Peay's coach, he made the in-game adjustments to get the momentum back with his team so they can finish the game and win the game. So that was very big. Big shout out to Coach Healy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree totally with Terrance said. Austin Peay stuck with the run. Of course, we're a run hard, smash mouth football team. We have plenty of backs, and we have quarterbacks, that can fool you on the option. And quarterbacks is not afraid to run. Total rushing yards, Austin Peay had 179 rushing yards to 106 from TSU. So our running game played a big effective. Passing, we had 85, but TSU had 208.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we stuck to the run, we committed to the run, and we showed TSU that we're not afraid to run it down your throat.
The thing about the run game is it also manages the game.
Yeah.
It helps with
time
the clock.
possessions,
Exactly.
Right.
So
wear down the defense.
Run the ball is definitely a big milestone.
And that's what Coach Satterfield absolutely loves to do.
Exactly.
And he just loves that read option, run up the middle, smash mouth football, and then, throw a few passes here and there. And the thing is, the players are so good at running it.
Yeah.
It's almost scary.
Yeah.
And, you have running backs like Kentel Williams. He's a leading rusher on Austin Peay. He can really do it all. He can go up the middle, lower his shoulder, and truck you as well as he's got the edge speed to go around.
Those big gains.
Several backs. That's what people fail to realize about Austin Peay. We have several backs on our depth chart.
By committee.
Yep, you got Ahmad Tanner, who scored the game-winning touchdown against TSU.
He can either run you over too.
Yeah, he's got all the skill sets. Yeah. You have Trey Nation. Mm-hmm. He's just good. Well, I see him more of a speedy back. More and less the power back. And then you have Prince Mamadou, who's actually labeled as a fullback for Austin Peay, but he carries the ball.
Like a running back.
And
exactly.
Exactly. And he kind of reminds me a little bit of maybe not as dominant, but a little bit like Jerome Bettis type deal because he's got that frame.
That's the perfect combination. You have the power backs that tires the defense out, and then once you bring in the speed back, while they're tired, there's no way that they're catching them. And they might not even catch them while they have their full breath anyways.
Yeah, and you have that double quarterback system with Javon Craig and Jeremiah Oatsvall.
Right.
So now nobody gets tired in the backfield.
Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody gets tired.
Coach, I'm tired. Okay, next. Come on, man.
Next man up.
Exactly.
All right, you want your yardage in? Come on, man.
Yeah, next man up. That's the whole mentality.
Austin Peay is now 4-3 and 3-1 in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
4-3, over 500. Austin Peay
Over
State University,
500.
little old Clarksville, Tennessee,
Very big turnaround.
starting to putting a whooping on these boys
Yeah.
in OVC.
And here's another thing coming. It's homecoming week, guys. So,
Big game.
Here at Forte State, we face East Missouri State. The Redhawks coming off a 31-3 win against Tennessee Tech. On the other hand, their record is 2-4.
Yep. They got to start off slow a little bit. Started off slow a little bit. But again, from what we've seen in Austin Peay so far this year, if the defense shows up, the offense will.
You know what I'm about to say.
I know what you're about to say.
Defense wins
Championships.
championships.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer ever since, and I haven't been a believer long because I always thought that, oh yeah, well if the best offense can do that to a defense. Come on. And then Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl.
Surprise, surprise.
Exactly.
And then Von Miller told him to shut your mouth.
Yeah. Defense. Nothing wrong with it.
No, nothing wrong with it at all.
Nothing
Again,
wrong
you know, Austin Peay. It's kickoff is at 4:00 here at Forterre Stadium at Austin Peay State University. So come out if you can. If you're watching this broadcast, please come out. It's going to be an awesome game. Conference game against SEMO. Really not much more to say about it. I mean, SEMO's a good team. They have some wins under their belt. They know what they're doing. They know how to get wins. But have they seen a team with a rushing attack like Austin Peay? I don't think they have.
They haven't seen this Austin Peay football team.
Right,
period.
and that's a good point, too, because this is a 100-degree flip from last year. And, you know, all of us are on the broadcast team. We've seen all the games in the past 2 years. It hasn't been pretty.
Exactly. And that's what I was just about to say.
Even at a away game? Oh, no, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
They should have a chip on their shoulder because, again, like last year, you know, they lost 41-21.
Yeah.
So they definitely
Big
should have a
loss.
chip on their shoulder, and they should be ready to go out and get this win.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they will. I think they have the confidence right now, and I think that's playing a big role. Is once you get some wins, how I kind of see it is, I think I referenced this earlier in one that we didn't film necessarily, but we had it on podcast.
Yeah.
Let's take a team like Alabama. Only knows winning.
Exactly.
Unless you're in Clemson in the national championship. Yeah. Sorry, Bama fans. It's not happening this year, by the way. Bama's going all the way.
That's a different topic.
That's a different topic. We'll get to that in a minute. So take a team like Bama. They only know winning. Okay, winning to them, winning a game is just another game.
Yeah.
At this point, I think we can all agree. It's just another game to them at this point.
Mm-hmm.
For Austin Peay, they know what it is to be rock bottom.
Exactly.
They know exactly what it means to be rock bottom.
So now it's time to show our true colors.
Now it's time for them to come out and show what they're truly made of.
Exactly.
And they have been. They've been putting up at every opportunity so far on this season. And with getting the upset over UT Martin, getting the huge win over Morehead State, I've never seen a more confident football team.
It's just a whole new identity. They finally got together, and they're executing everything that their coach is teaching them.
Right.
I seen glimpses of, against TSU last year.
Yeah.
We put up, 35 points against them?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like, with a quarterback in a system like that, that shows
Exactly.
that our offense is already capable. We just had to get the defensive pieces and let everybody find a position and get comfortable in a position to work with it. And have to remember, you guys are teammates, family. You guys, help each other out no matter what.
Right.
At that point, something that they were missing is just like they did against TSU this year. They had to learn how to finish a game.
Yep.
They had
Yeah.
the game won, and they ended up losing it in the closing seconds of the game.
Yeah.
But this year is a different story, and that's definitely a nice turnaround and a big improvement. So
We're proud of you guys.
This is
Most
this is the part of the season that's going to be a gut check.
yeah.
It really is. You've gotten past the hard part of the season.
Mm-hmm.
The hard part of the season, you got past it 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We all didn't think they would make it past the hard part of the season. and then we'd win some of these easier games.
Exactly.
And by easier, I don't mean like, easy dub games,
Right.
but games we have a chance. And now, I part of me considers this an easy dub game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would think so too.
And it's weird having that mentality as a governor,
Yeah.
this is an
This
easy
is
dub.
the years
What?
of many upsets, guys.
What?
I'm telling you, small teams are actually coming up to making noise this year.
Oh, yeah. It's fun to watch, too.
Yeah.
So, this is an ode to Emmett here. Predictions for the Austin Peay game. You already had a prediction.
My prediction is 31 to 3. APSU.
31-3.
Yes, I believe our defense is going to hold them.
That's a blowout.
It's going to be a chip shot field goal for the other team.
Chip shot field goal. What do you think, Terrance?
I know the offense can definitely put up points, and the defense has been very good. But I don't know if I want to go that big on a score. So I'm going to say 17-10.
17-10. A little bit of a low-scoring game. A little bit
game.
Defensive.
Defense is going to end up showing up at the end.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to happen.
I take a lot of pride in one of my predictions this year. And you already know which prediction I'm talking about.
Me speak no English.
I was only a little bit off on that Jacksonville State game.
Right.
And I mean a total of 4 points difference between both teams. So I'm going to say Austin Peay is going to score. I think that's without a shadow of a doubt. 28 Austin Peay. Will SEMO be able to get past our defense? That's another story. I haven't seen enough of them to be able to make a great prediction, but I'm going to say 28-17.
Okay.
I'm going to say they put up some points, but I don't think it's going to be enough to obviously get close. I think it's still going to end a two-possession game. I think it will. So, Austin Peay, y'all got it, boys. We believe in y'all.
It's finna be a breeze.
It's finna be a breeze.
Go get it.
Yeah, so homecoming, again, come out. If you're watching this broadcast, please come out to Forterra Stadium. Kickoff is at 4 o'clock. There's going to be a huge, absolutely huge parade. I'm not sure where that's at. It's going through, like, a lot of downtown Clarksville. So if you can find...
I believe it goes in front of the university, like with the welcome sign at, welcome to Austin Peay sign. That main road, I believe it's going to go through that road. I believe so, because I know previous years it has been on one of those roads.
Right.
I'm not sure, though, but...
And homecoming is always exciting, but now it's even more exciting this year.
Right.
We have some wins.
We actually have wins.
Right. This is going to be a nice, fun homecoming.
More
week.
fans.
Oh, yeah.
More
I bet you we
alumni.
break the record again
Yeah.
for attendance.
I
I believe last
hope they
time it
don't
was
tear down
8,800.
I hope they don't tear down a goalpost again.
They won't. They only did last time because we
First
already
win.
had the goalpost ordered, and they were already in storage for
Right.
Austin Peay, and we were just waiting on a win to tear them down.
Okay.
So we already had the new goalpost ready to go.
This time we ain't
This
gonna have-
time, yeah,
What's a field goal?
Yeah.
Everybody got to score.
yeah, for real. So again, come out, enjoy the festivities. It's going to be a fun time. There's going to be a lot of people there with all this Austin Peay success. It's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So find your way out and have a great time. So we have a little bit more to talk about other than just football. I guess we could talk about players, college players, real fast. Terrance, what's your college player of the week?
I'm definitely going with T.J. Carter from Memphis. It was
Okay.
a great game, and he got the strip at the end of the game to seal the win for Memphis. And
You know him, don't you?
I know him a little. He graduated from my high school, so we're both
That's really cool.
alumni of Stratford High School in Nashville, Tennessee. So very big shout out to him, and I'm very proud of him.
That's awesome. I was also going to do Memphis as well because I was watching that game last night, Memphis versus Houston, and they were actually shut out in the first half. It was 17-0 going into halftime, and they ended up scoring just a huge amount of points in the second half, and I mean a ridiculous amount of points, and still came out with the win. That was the first time in now 60 games that Memphis has won a game when they were down 17 points at some point during the game. So, again, like Terrance said, big shout-out to Memphis. That was
they
a huge
are now,
win.
What, 5-1?
Yes.
5-1.
Yes,
So they're
I
having a
believe
pretty
so.
decent season also. So
I believe so. They're a good team. They're a good team. They're that sleeper college team that you never want to look down on.
Exactly.
Bobby, what's yours?
Well, I'm going with the big teams. Shout out to Syracuse football team for knocking down number 2 Clemson, 27-24 win.
That was huge.
That's an upset. You guys did your thing, showed no fear, and that's coming in big. If you play against a top 5 team and you show no fear and you able to knock them down, that's a big win.
they definitely took advantage because, again, Clemson's starting quarterback went out, and they could have just laid down. It was like, okay, well, the starting quarterback's out. Now we can play however we want to.
No,
but
they still had the mentality that
Exactly.
they back up, maybe have a killer instinct. They wasn't trying to find out. So, shout out to you guys for a nice, strong football game.
Good deal. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and conclude the college portion of this. We're going to cut this episode just a little bit short. We're going to cut it about in half, and we're going to move on from there. And then the rest of the episode should be normal length. So let's small topics here real quick before we dive into the NFL. A lot to talk about in the NFL. This is Friday when we're recording this, and we've already had one game, Thursday Night Football, that we need to talk about because there's a lot to talk
Most
about.
definitely.
So I want to go ahead and talk about real quick MLB, NL. The Dodgers are going to the World Series.
Yeah.
Oh, they beat the Cubs 11-1.
Yeah.
11-1. Smoked them
Wow.
in the last game.
Crazy.
That was a walk-off game. Good
Definitely.
Lord. So
They made a
congratulations to them. That was I don't know the exact year. I believe it was the first time since 1988 since they've been to a World Series. I know it's 1980s, but I think it's 1988. And now tonight, Friday night, weird time for this game to start. 7:08 is what ESPN says. 7:08. Anyway, my Yankees. I say my Yankees. I'm an all right fan. I don't, get too personal if you don't like the Yankees.
Right.
But still, I still rep Yankee blood, So Yankees going up against Astros should be a fun one. Yankees in the series, they're up 3-2. So if they win tonight, they go to the World Series. You best believe I'm buying the hat if it comes out. So
That'll be a nice matchup. It'd be basically West versus East.
yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a fun one. Again, that's 7:08. I believe that's Central Time. I think that's set to Central on my ESPN app. So that's going to be a fun one. Go watch that one on Fox Sports 1 is what it's on. So that game as well, fellas, NBA has just started.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about there. Let's get to the game that
NBA.
everybody wanted to see.
The NBA had a crazy night, open night full of excitement. Kyrie, decided to return back to Boston against King James. He had 22 points, 10 assists. We're sorry about Gordon Hayward and that injury he had. Gordon
somebody
Hayward
told me.
had a dislocated ankle and a torn fibula.
Torn fibula.
Yes.
Broken figure.
Yeah,
Broken
a
fibula.
fractured fibula. Let me get that right. His season is over. On the other hand, King James had 20 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists, and the Cavs took it home with 102-99
And he
win.
says he's still out of shape right
That's
now.
incredible, though. A man that put up that much points to say that he's out of shape.
So
That's
imagine-
crazy to see if he was in shape.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Oh man, but that was a good game. On the other hand, in the Bay, the Warriors took on the Rockets.
That was a game I was looking at.
Yeah,
Upset.
it
I mean,
came
I think
down,
everybody was looking at.
It
I don't-
legit came down to the last second. But a fingertip shot. Kevin Durant had the ball in his hand. It was off by a millisecond.
Yeah.
And
Close. Close.
that was Chris Paul, and I'm a Chris Paul fan. That was Chris Paul
That's
and
your
James
favorite player,
Harden.
isn't it?
Yeah, Chris Paul and James Harden first game. James Harden's gonna do what he gonna do. He had 27 points, 10 assists. Chris Paul really struggled this game. He had 4 points, 11 assists, and he did not play in the fourth quarter. But he has some injuries. He had a bruised knee and a bruised shoulder, so he's pretty much banged up. So.
I think he's gonna have to get used to that system.
Yeah, he said that he don't want to have to be
The
a
ball,
point.
yeah.
Like the person that legit have to control the offense and do everything.
Every time.
He said he'll love to sit in the corner, actually ready to take shots.
Exactly.
I'm proud of him for saying that and having to make that adjustment. But It is what it is.
Has he ever had to do that though?
No,
So,
never had
yeah,
to do it.
so
He
that's
always
definitely
had
hard.
to be the guy. In New Orleans, he was the main point guard.
Exactly.
You know, people may call him the point guard. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's how it be. But on the other hand, you know, the Warriors end up grabbing Nick Young. Nick Young had 23 off the bench.
He went 4 for 4 first half from 3.
75,
That's crazy.
85.7 from the field, like what Terrance said. KD with 20. But at the end of the day, the Rockets went home with the W, 122 to 121. So the NBA is officially back, and it's several games going on, guys. The sports world is
81 more games to go in the NBA.
the sports world is going crazy. This is the first time that every sport is playing at once. So
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't know how to spend
you don't
your
know
time.
who to watch.
I
Commercial, you
want
flip
to ask
channels.
you two one more question. We have about 9 minutes, and I want to get to the NFL for
Yeah.
a little bit. With all these crazy trades going on in the offseason, I mean, this was probably one of the craziest off seasons in the NBA
Definitely.
I've ever seen.
Most historic.
Ever seen.
Trades that have you scratching your head. You don't understand what's going on.
Exactly. It left me more dumbfounded than the Brock Osweiler trade to the Browns for nothing.
Goodness.
That was him trying to resurrect his career, just go anywhere.
That was
Yeah.
him just scamming them and getting money.
But anyway, what do y'all feel about the super team era?
They don't know what. Everybody's quick to join the super team except for being competitive nowadays. So it's like,
Rather than just sticking with your team
Sticking
and
with your
trying
team
to get
and
better
have-
as a team,
This
you're
is-
just going to take a pay
This
cut
is my
and go
take.
somewhere else.
This is
and
my
win.
take on that. It's like at first I cared, but now I don't care because you have to think about it. Once you get old or a team just feel like they don't want you no more, they're going to cut you. You know, the team doesn't show you any loyalty. It's a business, so why does the player have to show, the team loyalty if he's
a good
not
point.
getting it in return?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You want to add on to that?
I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I mean, like what Terrance said, it's business. Business is business. If you end up getting released or traded, that's on you. But it's just like example, I didn't understand the Kyrie trade
Exactly.
but we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So
Well, let's go on the other side. Isaiah Thomas lost his sister, still played in the game. He gave his heart out for the Boston Celtics.
Boston said,
And they
Jay
dumped him.
Crowder, his mother was dying, and he was there with his mother when he got traded. So the Boston Celtics didn't care about that. So
and you added more firepower to LeBron.
exactly.
Ain't the goal is to dethrone LeBron from the Eastern Conference?
Exactly.
This is what I think happened to Kyrie. I think LeBron and Kyrie talked to each other, and I think LeBron gave him a little heart-to-heart and said, hey, look,
I might not be here next
if
year.
you want to, your contract is up.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? His contract was up, and he was either going
LeBron,
to get an extension
yeah.
or he could ask to be traded, right?
Who, LeBron or Kyrie?
Kyrie.
No, Kyrie, he still got 2 years.
He still had 2 years?
Still had 2 years.
But anyway, he ended up just telling Kyrie, look, I'm going to be gone here in the next, because I'm not
Yeah,
winning more
possibly.
rings here.
He told Kyrie, like everybody was saying LeBron was the father figure of Kyrie. Kyrie was just like, okay, I'm tired of hearing that in my ear.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why-
Kyrie Irving. I'm
Yeah.
not, the son LeBron James Jr.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think it was more so on the media. But you got to just understand it. Like in Cleveland, in Ohio, LeBron is the god. Like
Yeah.
he gave them everything. So
And then like Kyrie's, I understand the point of
Yeah.
view of Kyrie. Like, okay, this guy left y'all, and I came in to lead y'all,
Exactly.
and now since he's back, y'all just gonna throw me in the shadow and throw
Right.
me up under him. Like
Right.
I just wasn't here doing my best and putting my heart in this city. I understand where Kyrie coming from, but out of all places
Flip.
though, Boston.
I mean, let's be honest. If you put LeBron on OKC, you still talk about LeBron.
exactly.
And
you
not
gonna-
Russell Westbrook.
That's the best player of this generation, right?
It
now.
is. It's today's
And I'm
Michael
taking
Jordan.
them over
Yeah.
the Warriors. If LeBron was on OKC.
Man,
Oh my.
that would be nuts, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my.
That would have been a
Grab your
huge cap
popcorn,
hit.
people.
Exactly.
They would have been broke.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even. Been
But
watching the
they'd have
NBA no more.
rings, but they'd
Exactly.
been broke. They've been selling those rings
Yeah.
to get their money back.
But since we low on time, let's dissect the NFL.
Yeah, so let's go straight to the NFL. We got about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So big game last night. Chiefs Raiders. Raiders ended up with the upset, 31-30 over the at that time the 5-1 Chiefs, now 5-2.
Yeah.
So now my question to you guys: we've seen teams go 5-0 and not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Is that the Chiefs?
No. Chiefs still make the playoffs.
So. They still make the playoffs.
No doubt, they still make the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah, no doubt, no.
I kind of agree with you. I mean, Kareem Hunt, you got Alex Smith, who's still, I think, MVP material.
There's too many weapons
on
the team to not go to
something that's hurting them because last night is Eric Berry. Because last night he would have been the one checking Jared Cook.
Right.
Because whoever that safety was that was checking Jared Cook, he was having a hard time.
Yeah,
he was holding the whole game.
Last few plays.
Exactly. Eric Berry would shut that down in the red zone, so that's definitely killing him right now.
For sure. That was a big hit for the
Marshawn Lynch got ejected for doing him. Hold on.
This
is crazy though.
That.
They say he got ejected, but he was up in the stands.
He was in the stands watching the game.
Up in the stands watching the game like a fan. I'm like, what?
Was he really?
Yeah, he just had his hood on his head.
They caught a picture and everything.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch is truly savage, man. Shout out to that man for sticking to him. But this is the
thing, though. It was just a heat of the moment thing because the Raiders were going at Peters, and they're actually related. Marshawn Lynch and Marcus Peters are actually related.
Yeah.
When Marcus Peters went to college in Washington, he actually stayed at Marshawn Lynch's house in Seattle. So he was actually going out there to try to just break it up. But, ref got in the way, and in the heat of the moment, you push and everybody's pushing, he pushed the ref. But, it's the NFL, you can't put your hands on the ref. So
part of me wonders if the uniform confusion kind of caused that too, because, when you're in that moment, you're just seeing, okay, white uni, red uni, and
yeah, exactly.
That's all you're doing. And all of a sudden, somebody grabs you. You turn, you just see like a white and black uniform, and that's what you're wearing, and you push. And he didn't really even push him, really. I mean, he just kind of,
he just
kind of
let me step by you.
Let me get by you. He didn't push him at all. He just kind of moved him.
So, what are y'all expectations? Y'all think he'll be suspended? I don't think so.
No, I think he's just going to be fined.
Fine, yeah.
What was it?
Last year they said Aaron Donald. He had an altercation with the ref last year, but he didn't get suspended. But the difference is Marshawn Lynch was on the sideline. He ran on the field.
That's going to be the big deal, unless he was trying to act like he was going to be put into the next play. Because he did put on his helmet, and he kind of made his way jogging out, and then he just full sprinted. And, that's probably the fastest I've ever seen that man sprint, even on the breakaway.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, congratulations to the Raiders. They did a Derek Carr.
They needed that game too.
What a 2-minute drill! That is the perfect 2-minute drill, isn't it? 11 plays. Yeah.
He's a great quarterback yards. When he's healthy. He's one of the top quarterbacks.
And they needed that game. If they lost that game, I think they would have been out for the playoffs.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think they were out of it
because they still have to go to the Chargers. Their division game, so they needed that game definitely.
Yeah. Are you Titans fan?
Definitely.
Big Titans fan. I like you more and more every day, Terrance.
Tied
up. So we only have about 2 minutes left. Titans going to Cleveland.
Yes.
Going to the doghouse. Mm-hmm. And Cleveland 0-6. They're going to be starting Deshaun Kaiser right now. That's official. They're starting Deshaun Kaiser.
I believe he's their future.
They've had,
I do too.
I believe, 20 starting quarterbacks in 40 games.
I actually like Deshaun Kaiser.
I believe he's their future.
I
mean, you're going to have a quarterback that develops. It's going to take time for him to develop, especially the system y'all have now. You give that man a chance.
Right. I mean, Hogan, last game against the Texans, every pass he threw was high. He even got one that was a pick six. I was like, what are you doing?
Coach, get him out of here.
Get him out.
Exactly. But as far as the Titans, we have to go in there and not overlook this team, because in these past few years, we have lost to some winless teams.
Right.
Struggling
and even
teams.
last year, I went to the Titans-Browns game at Nissan, and that was a close game.
Exactly.
We struggle against little teams, but when it comes to big name teams like the Broncos or the Chiefs, we come to play.
Yeah.
But everybody else, it's a question mark.
Right. I wonder if Marcus will feel better. Will he be back to his normal self and be able to?
And it's crazy. I'm proud of Marcus because he actually didn't have to be a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
He stayed in the pocket.
He looked more comfortable. He really did.
I mean, you can tell he was still
by being uncomfortable.
He was more
comfortable
cool
in the
about
pocket.
It. Yeah,
he had to focus more on his passes downfield rather than looking for his alleyway out.
Yeah,
so. There's also a chance that DeMarco Murray could be out, but I'm safe with Derrick Henry. Definitely.
And Delaney Walker,
especially after that last run, 74 yards, 72 yards, his longest run in his career.
Delaney Walker has a bruised. He has a bruised.
It was just a thigh, baby, but he's questionable.
I think a bruised thigh.
He's also questionable.
Yeah. Well. Either way, I think Titans are still taking that.
Most definitely.
Real quick, shout out to Emmett. My guy texted me and was like, "This was the best game Marcus Mariota has played in his career, and that's his player of the week." Just to let I have to shout out to my guy.
That's going to be it for today. Quick shout out to Emmett, Doc V, WAPX, Clarksville's 91.9. I'm Aaron King, Bobby Horton, and our special guest, Terrance Valentine. And, guys, we are Real Talk. See y'all later.